To John Checky. Title of the speech: Some of the Advantages of Aging. Some of the Advantages of Aging by John Checky. First of all, it was a great, pleasant surprise to me when people started calling me Sir. That was such a treat. And ladies, you too get a treat. People can just call you Madam or Ma'am, and you don't even have to run a business. Oh, sorry, wrong audience. Another thing you get, my wife reminds me of every once in a while is our senior discounts. Sadly, there's no senior parking yet, but perhaps that will come about so we can park closer to the gym than we did before. And thanks to Silver Sneakers, part of the Medicare supplement insurance or PPO insurance, you get preferred provider, network. You and I get to join gyms for free, which is, if you enjoy going to the gym, and I certainly do, that's great. Some of you might qualify for handicap parking. Looking forward to not qualifying for that anytime soon. One of the things that some people get as part of aging turns out to be taking the information you have collected, converting it into knowledge, then putting it into action, and then further building some confidence and wisdom. The nice thing about wisdom is it can grow over time. And if you have a constant need to learn and listen and implement, it's a very pleasant life to lead. You might have more answers than questions. You might have more punchlines to set up also because you have so much history. And history is a way of, one, repeating itself. So if you build good habits, you don't have to worry so much about willpower, because you'll know that if you put your business card and phone number on the back of your telephone, oh boy, if you misplace your telephone, somebody might find it, give your office a call, and let you know where the heck that phone is. In addition to history, some people enjoyed the history and sharing that history with you. So I urge you to gather people around you who are supportive, helpful, loving, and full of gratitude, and are right there with you, with supporting your good, healthy habits. One of the ways to get to aging successfully is to decide to be happy, healthy, and wealthy. Now, everybody gets their own definition. Talked to somebody this morning who really enjoys scuba diving, got to swim with a turtle, and she thought that was heaven on earth. Talked to some other people who changed their eating habits to cure cancer. And son of a gun, they were both happy and vibrant and on their way to a juice bar. No kidding. One John Checky-ism is to leave the worrying to experts. Again, leave the worrying to experts. Free yourself of anxiety. Instead, listen to happy things, learn about happy things, concentrate on happy things, and be full of gratitude, which might just really help you sleep even better than you did before you gave up worrying. One other helpful hint from my point of view is movement. In other words, if you have a routine in the morning of some push-ups, if you're physically healthy enough to do push-ups, leg lifts, if you remember what those are, sit-ups, and a couple of different yoga poses, you too will have lots of circulation around your body. But be sure and check with your medical and healthcare professionals before you do anything. You might also develop the habit of eating what is good for you. Let me repeat that. Eating what is good for you. Personally, I subscribe to a group called Viome, Viome, and it, for a price, sends you a poop test, and you take the poop test and send it off to them, and they evaluate it, and they'll give you a good idea of what your biomes are doing, what foods are good for you, what foods should be avoided, what foods you can eat all you want to without upsetting your tummy. So have a plan and work your plan on a daily basis. Again, surround yourself with loving, supportive, full of gratitude people. Love, be sure and be able to give it and get it. Be grateful. Personally, I enjoy reading scriptures on a daily basis, and I enjoy it even more when I actually implement it. And occasionally I get to share that with folks as well. I encourage people to listen, learn, read, and apply what they're doing and pass that information on to others. Also, if you're around me at all, you'll know that I love to laugh. You might also consider loving what you do. How do you do all this? Well, one, you can take a deep breath. Two, you can put a smile on your face. Three, you can move about. If you're me and have lots of speaker training and storytelling training, you can record videos on a regular basis and pass them on to your friends or your website or YouTube and just have fun with it, getting some positive and negative and growth-oriented feedback. You can learn what actually photographs well and what does not photograph well. You can further train yourself to be active, have insight. If you continue to have curiosity, you'll constantly be involved with never-ending learning. So, big takeaways. Point number one of the advantages of aging is if you've been lucky enough to listen, learn, spend less money than you make, invest for long term, and eventually live long enough for your money to work as hard for you as you work for it. Oh boy, that could be financial independence. You can also learn to shop in your closets. What does that mean in English? Commonly, we, that is my darling wife and I, who's a very gifted and talented singer and yoga teacher, and we think we need to buy something, go take a look in our closets and discover, oh, gee, John, you already have an embarrassing number of blue blazers. You don't need to buy another blue blazer unless you just want to. Also, you have enough ties to last 3 generations at this point, so please stop buying ties. You hardly get to wear them anyway. So 1, decide to be happy and healthy. 2, move about. 3, get enough rest. 4, drink plenty of water. That's good for you also. And smile. Be grateful. Be happy to simply be alive. Not only today, but in the future. This is John Checky, finishing sooner rather than later, just for comic relief.